Look at what I stumbled across. Kava Cafe. The Wise Dragonfly. They're closed at 5, but sitting outside, getting ready to do some work for my little insurance company because I am persistent, even though they've been screwing with me and not paying as they should have. A little bit of property to mine stolen. This milk is delicious here, and I'm getting exhausted. Lonely. Miss Roscoe so much. God, I just broke down and cried last night because I realized just how brutal it's been. And just how utterly disrespectful people that I thought I loved in my life been to me. And I reached out at the ecstatic dance community, longing for more than just a community to have a safe space to release, looking for a community of supportive friends. And first, I guess apparently I went into too much detail about my predicament, and so they were almost going to ban me from making any comments at all at Ecstatic Dance. So, and that was at the Krishna location. So at the downtown location, I talked with some of the people there trying to get their respect and input. And they said, yeah, just keep it really brief, And I just said, hey, I'm looking for a safe landing pad this holidays, a place I can have my keyboard. I wasn't misleading in any way. And Maya, this beautiful girl that, invited me to her home, became incredibly uncomfortable because she realized I was homeless, not a traveler. I was homeless, and it's obvious that, I want to word this correctly. Oh, there's a cute kid crying. When we say the word privilege, a lot of people get defensive and they think that they're saying that they haven't worked for what they have. Of course they have. But I worked for my studio. I poured my heart into it. It was snatched away from me through no fault of my own. Maya's also a big proponent of Abraham Hicks, and I've mentioned before that I do feel like sometimes Abraham Hicks' teachings are a little bit simplistic for me, because when I just try to put myself in a state of mind of just happy anticipation, I feel like a lot of times I just get played and taken advantage of. And as I'm trying to learn better discernment, I have to admit, my confidence was so solid, but now I'm starting to have self-doubt again, because it's like, why doesn't anybody want me? Why doesn't anybody value my music? Why doesn't anybody see that I'm an intelligent, capable person? I think people, when they haven't been hit with these difficult circumstances, want to believe that they can avoid it by making the right choices, by being smart, by being better than the quote homeless ones. Apparently the label matters. Homeless versus traveler. I said I needed a safe landing pad. I mean, that's what I needed, and she has two huge apartments compared to what I lived in. I lived in a tiny 400 square foot apartment that I made my own, and I mean, multiple bathrooms, more than one room, a big living room, not even there a lot of the time, and then contacts me, say, hey, I need my space when I get back, I'm going to be, and so I leave, and then she's mad because I didn't clean enough, and it's like, you can't do both. I can't spot clean your apartment and be gone at the same time. So, I understand that these are all layers of myself, that I'm exploring aspects of creation. But God, it's just, I'm getting tired. I mean, I know I came here to make a difference, And I have gotten some support, but it's just, people just don't want to deal with this homeless crisis that's just sickening. Criminals are in charge. They're doing disgusting things to people. And the ones that are still happy and cushy and going out to eat all the time, doing everything they want to do, want to think that it's because they're better. No one is better than anyone else. And criminals exist. It's part of... It just breaks my heart when I was excited to meet a friend. So excited to have a place I could have my piano, and then in the end, she just doesn't even want to. She's got to cut off contact. She doesn't feel safe with me. And I didn't do anything to her. Apparently, she didn't feel like it was spotless enough for what she'd extended to me. She wasn't taking into account the circumstances of trying to find a place to live. and you don't want me to be there because you want your space, and then you change your mind. And she didn't show me how to use the clean. Of course I want to keep it as clean as I possibly can, but at the same time, I'm still trying to figure out where to go next. It's just, God, people are spoiled. Or the boyfriend's place or her place, multiple rooms. Like when you're literally thrown out on the street and you're dealing with all this violence. It's scary. I just feel like I feel guilt from the bottom of my heart because when my friend Sandra was homeless, with no vehicle, I also, my apartment's tiny, and I wanted my space too. But I look back on it and she was just needed sleep, and I didn't feel like she did her part enough. And I was also trying to navigate barriers because I'd been given way too much in the past, trying to make barriers for myself as well, But now, having been in this situation, I look back with so much compassion, and because it is different. When people think about labels and situations, unless you've been in somebody's exact situation, until you've navigated that terrain and you don't know. Just because you didn't have an apartment when you were moving, and you had friends to couch surf, and a vehicle, that doesn't put you in the same category as somebody who's literally been thrown on the street with no money, thrown in jail just for existing. They're different circumstances. It's different being homeless with a vehicle. It's different being homeless without a vehicle. And I look back on my friend Sandra, and she didn't have a vehicle. She'd just been thrown out of her place. She was tired. I should have extended her more love and compassion, And I don't know where she is. My parents. When I brought her to meet my parents because she's bilingual, and I knew my parents would just love her. And without my consent, they just took her to a hotel room and refused to tell me where she went. I don't know where she is. I miss her. She channeled the lyrics for one of my songs, and she's an amazing poet. I just hope she's okay. I hope everybody can remember to extend love and compassion, because you don't know when the tide will turn and you will be thrown out in difficult situations. And when you have more than enough, be happy to give. Be happy to be in that position. Don't judge people and this is unsafe. This woman's unsafe. No. First off, I made a stand to make all of our lives better because the system is corrupt. So even the privileged ones will benefit if all of this money isn't spent on mass suffering. They'll have more money in their bank account. And it's unconscionable what's going on. And I don't understand why people are going along with it. Like at the shelter today, I was the first one there 2 days in a row, and they chose to give the bed to someone else for undisclosed reasons. And I ran into another lady who's staying there now, and she said she didn't want to give up her bed, but that she would tell people to say they're transgender, or that they're. It's like, why would we be dishonest and do cray shit to fit in with this disgusting narrative that these criminals are perpetuating? I mean, and I get it at the same time. You know, it's like playing their game, whatever. Well, their games are stupid. Their games are sick, and their games are wasting a lot of money. And when I was 13, I wrote a paper about 3 Nobel Prize winners, one of which was Jane Addams. And her life story talks, she did some incredible things for the homeless. And she created a mansion and, you know, a resource center where, you know, women supported each other. And that's what we need to do. We need to understand that these are capable, intelligent women. And yeah, some of them have been driven completely crazy because of the experimentation, because of the abuse, you know. But a huge chunk, extremely intelligent, capable women in there. And what's going on in there? Holy shit. No wonder people are going batty. I don't know why they're tolerating toilets that don't flush. You know, disgusting resources. You know, it's just... Come on. We can do better. We can definitely do better. So, I love you. God bless you. Enjoying this cafe, and I probably spent more than I should on this food, but I'm like, fuck it. At this point, I'm ready to just release everything. I'm so tired of moving my property. I'm so tired of pouring through, trying to see what's even left after they tore through and took my... Right when I was getting ready to launch. It's so precious to my heart, finally getting close. And now I'm starting to lose confidence again. Just like, well, maybe my music isn't that good. Maybe. But not because no one seems to see my value. I'm just gonna try to shift my perspective and regain some self-love and confidence. God, I miss Roscoe so much. Just getting bitter last night. It's like, look, I can go through a lot of hardship, a lot of trials and tribulations. But I want my spirit animals, I want my cats, because at least I can get love. And just some manager that's and these young, inexperienced, arrogant assholes, you know, probably got paid off to just be assholes. It's like, why? Why do people want to be so mean and miserable? There's better ways to live, smarter ways to live, and cheaper ways to live. And I think that we could have some fun with this, because I was just thinking about EOS and all the tremendous resources they offer for $30 a month, compared to the disrespectful fuckface Geraldine Ford and their banner. She learned to be self-sufficient through her family. It's just a big fuck you to the people who've been trafficked by their family. You need to learn to be self-sufficient, and you're less than. You don't deserve the same amount of love and respect. You know, like Maya. Like, are you kidding me? I'm homeless with no vehicle, and you gotta have your space? Do you understand how disrespectful and cruel and inconsiderate that is? I deserve more love than that. I'm not gonna fall for those abusive, narcissistic shit. Not anymore. I at least have enough. Even though homelessness takes its toll, I still have enough self-confidence in me. No one deserves to be treated like that. So, let's go and miss you. Love you. Let's stop tolerating this shit. Let's get some shit done. Just in a smart way. Not have dumb fuck criminals or anything. It doesn't work. Yeah. Much love.